I used to do performance art, and I remember once we were doing a play, and I chose a character, and he happened to be a white man. Funnily enough, that was my character. And my drama teacher said to me, could I have a word, Maggie? And I was like, yeah, sure, sir. And he was like, would you not think to maybe try to create a character like, you know, like you, or even of color? And it just never occurred to me, because it's like I had so much images and stories of people that really didn't look like me, that I also was taking on this persona, right? And so yeah, you can imagine when you just don't see representation of yourself, like what that can do to a person. I'm Maggie from London. I'm a floral and interior stylist living in Berlin. The Greenhouse Mentality is a organization that I've set up with myself and Florian Wenzel, that is there to offer a safe space for creatives to come and open up about their mental health. I think that's something that's just really important. It's sort of something still that's shoved under the carpet. A lot of people still feel a little bit embarrassed to open up about their mental health challenges. So we basically create environments where people can come and just, have a real safe space. So use botanicals and flowers as a tool and a muse for the Greenhouse Mentality to start the conversations. We sell our creativity, so whether it's like making flowers or taking photos, if somebody tells you, well, actually that's not worth paying for, you can sort of like rethink your value and your worth. And especially in a city like Berlin, where this happens quite often. So I had a lot of people who came and they were just trying to figure things out, and then they were questioning whether actually they were doing the right thing, because nobody perhaps wanted to pay the prices that they, had suggested. So women of color can sometimes feel marginalized and feel like they're imposters in certain setups. Yeah. Well, I listen. I think sometimes people just need someone to listen to them. It's like the simplest thing, right? So just like gentle listening can be like so helpful. And you don't always have to have the answers. It's not necessarily about fixing them, right? In that instant, it's just about listening. We are undermined, our creativity. I think I feel in Berlin for sure. I don't see that many business owners. So, I used to always get the shock factor when there'll be a group of school kids walking into the shop and someone would say, oh, I want to talk to the owner. And then they would just assume that my white friend is the owner and sort of like ignore me. And then I'd be like, no, actually. And then, the one black child in the group would just swing their head around or look up completely shocked, because and I get it. I really get it. They're just not used to seeing, that sort of role filled by a woman and then a woman of color, and I didn't have an Afro shop. So, but I feel like things are changing now. There is so many amazing concepts and inspiration that I feel social media has afforded women of color, and I feel that has had a positive impact on self-esteem, right? When you can identify, right? When you see yourself in others that are doing greatness. I feel like it's helped to create a positive narrative for women of color